Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Orphe, and I'm back at you with another video. So for all of my new subscribers, excuse my voice, I went partying last night. Whole lot of noise and everything. But anyways, for all of my new subscribers, welcome to the nation, guys. Welcome to the Trophy Nation. And for all of my existing subscribers, guys, thank you so much for your continued love and support of your girl. You know she loves you. And for all of you who are not yet subscribed, for all of who's not yet joined the nation, go ahead and do so now. Just hit that subscription button right down there. It's a red button. And you know what? Let me tell you a secret. It's free. It doesn't cost you a thing to hit that button and support. And for everybody in total, hit the post notification bell so that y'all can be notified as soon as these videos hit, guys. Forgive my ruggedness. I just came out the shower. My voice is a bit raspy from going clubbing last night and drinking and whatever. So, excuse me on that. Today's video is going to basically be on a comment that was made by Jazz asking about message counter, saying that she's having a problem with her site, with her company that she works with, and a platform, and if I'm exhibiting the same issues. Well, the answer to that is no, I'm not. But before I go deeper into how I motivate, because basically I'm just going to tell you how I motivate myself to keep sending the messages. That's the whole general gist of this video. Before I get into that some more, the thing that I wanted to put out there as it relates to sending messages at a high rate, fast rate to get to that 10K, because I did a video on that before, to get to that 10K, 20K, 10K, 15K, 14K, 12K, 11K, whatever your goal is. To get to that, one of the main important tools that I use is Read Aloud. You can use your Read Aloud in Google, Firefox, Internet Explorer, whatever browser you choose to use. Please have access to the Read Aloud. That will help you to get through your messages faster, because while the computer is reading the messages to you, you can then internalize how you're going to respond to those messages in the same speed if you're a multitasker like I am. So you can basically start typing out your messages before it's finished reading. So rather than you sitting there taking a minute to read the message and then another minute to send it, you do everything in 1 minute, basically, right? Or a couple seconds, whatever. Depends on how well you type. The next thing that I told you guys that I used, but not so much use, is the voice to text. That's the one where you speak and the computer types it in for you. Not every platform allows you to use that, and is not a highly recommended thing to use either, because you will say one thing and the computer types the next, and if you forgot to double check, or you, in the time when it's typing it's literally typing out what you're saying, but by the time it reflects in the messages, it says something completely different. That has happened to me a number of occasions, so I know what I'm talking about. Just in sending regular text messages to people, it has happened. So I know what I'm talking about. So typing is the more ideal way to go, because you're prone to make less mistakes. But the number one tool that I recommend using is the Read Aloud tool. Use that tool to the fullest of your advantage, because we have some people who sends us an entire book of the Bible in a message, and you're like, my guy, like, seriously, who you expect reading all of this? And you don't want to skip over an important information that you need to be putting in the notation area of your messages, because All this time you need to be making notes, so the next person who gets the message to handle can follow up on what the conversation was about and not miss a beat. That's how it works. Teamwork makes the dream work, people. So, anyways, I also said you should use Grammarly. That will help to construct your sentences and give your messaging quality, keep your messaging quality score up. That's another tool that you can use as well, and you should be using that tool. Now moving on to how I keep myself motivated so that I can continue sending these high volumes of messages. Firstly, the thing that I do is I make sure that I schedule in breaks. I don't know if people are there sitting there all day trying to make this work, but I need to take a break. This job is tedious. It takes a lot. Sometimes you find yourself reading the same thing and have to find a different way to answer the question. One of the ways I do to keep myself motivated is to make sure that I take breaks. Not 15 minutes breaks, but an hour or more break. The other thing that I do is I listen to music. I either listen to music or I watch a movie that I've already watched. That way I don't get too distracted and caught up into the movie and try to watch the movie rather than send it. I also set a timer on myself. So like I said, I would set like an hour. I need to send X amount of messages in an hour. So that for that entire hour, I'm just focusing on making sure that I get to that amount of messages. At the end of the hour, then bam, it's my break time. That's another thing that I do. The other thing that I do to keep my mind engaged with everything is I keep a physical count. Now, like I'm gonna flip the screen around and I'm gonna show you. So this is the screen of one of the platforms that I work. Right, all of the platforms start off like this. Going in. Then the message pop up. I'm gonna have to cover some of that. Then I go to my status up the top where it says you go to messages, you go to my status. My status shows you how many messages you have sent. Now I haven't been working much because I have been tired and tuckered out from last month. So I'm just trying to rest up and whatever. But yeah, I haven't sent much messages. That's the point. And then you see how much messages I sent. I just started sending messages today, so there you go. I slept most of the day. I did not work yesterday really. I worked the day before, but not much either. So that's what you see there. Because normally you'll see more than that when I do actually work. But yeah. This is what it looks like. This is the counter here, and then the total comes down here. Now my main platform also, this is where you go. This also counts to you and tell you how much money you have made. So this is what my company does. This is the area that my company does. This is the platform itself. This is my company portal area, right? And it tells you how much money you've made so far, how much messages you've sent so far since you started, and that's that. Basically the keys of where people at and whatever. My computer and the fact that the company does a pretty good job of keeping scores of the amount of messages that I send every time I send it. They keep per day. They keep a very good track of that. It is not off at all. So I've never needed to worry with any of the sites that I've worked with. I've never need to worry about the amount of messages that I sent, especially not this one. But I do keep a physical count in order to keep me motivated, and so that I don't have to load my status page every half an hour to see where I'm at. So what I do is I keep a physical count. This helps to motivate me. So I set up here, I put 20 at the top. So I put 5 sets of 20. I put 25, 5 20s. So 5 20s, that's 100. So for each line, it's 100 this signifies that I've sent 100 messages, right? So along the side here, I have US and UK because those are the two platforms that are running really fast for me at the moment. So in the hour that I sit down, I will make little strokes up to 4, and then the 5th stroke, I cross it off like that. Y'all know that. And then I'll do it in sets of 20s. Once I get out here to the last one and I finish it up, I take a break. So I know that I've sent 200 messages in an hour and a half, an hour, 45 minutes, whatever, depending on the flow of the message. I know that I've sent 200 messages. Now I can take a 2-3 hour break and then come back, or the entire day, and then come back in the evening and send myself 2 more hundred or whatever, and focus on that. That is how I do that. Hold up. Yeah, I'm back. So the physical count that I have here is not to ensure that that they're recording the right amount of messages, even though it does help. It's just a motivational tool to keep me active in the whole process. While I'm listening to music, while I'm doing what I'm doing, it's something to keep me focused in the game. So I've never really had any issues with basically keeping score of how many messages I have with the platform. My company does a really great job of that, and I appreciate them for that. So I hope that answered your question. If you got to the end of this video, do remember to give my video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.